The sun beat down on the sharp rocks and dead trees. This was no place for Mugwall's trolls. Not since the dwarves set up a tribe camp there and did what they did best: destroy and use up. Hakrog had hoped to make a peace talk there with the tiny Brittlebones, but the scions of the kind shepherd had little interest in peace.
As Grunwar said, the dragon must be down there, as is their leader, this kind shepherd. Crumb thinks he will not give in easily. They should enter with crushed sticks ready.
Hakrog is surprised this kind shepherd was not with his kin for the fight. They crushed their entire temple.
He must be a coward. Typical Brittlebone. Big mouths when they hide behind their walls and contraptions, but puny and shrieking when one swings a crushed stick at them. Still, Crumb is right. He has been the Scion's leader for a long, long time, so he must be a strong hexer. They should be wary.
Worry not. They will be. This kind shepherd knows Grunwar what he can do. What hexes can he weave?
Grunwar knows not, but he has lived an unusually long time for a Brittlebone, so he must have the gift of gloom or the gift of blood, necromancy or demonology, as the Brittlebones call them. Still, they will handle it.
All right, then there is no time to waste. Time to free this dragon.
Hex power, crackling in the ground, seeping from the walls, clinging to the air. With every step the trolls took into that dwarven temple, the power grew. What would they find down there? The kind shepherd or the dragon?
This is vast. Bigger even than Hakrog thought.
True. To think how long it must have taken to build this. That dragon, no? Tusks. It sounds sad. No creature should be slave. No.
Wise words, trusted one. Wise words. Remember, chieftain, provoke her not. Just let Crumb talk to her.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
On his way.
Go!
This water, it has hex power, no?
It brims with it, almost like Mugwa's tears or her blood.
The dwarves must be using it for something then. They messed with the wrong tribe!
Poison! Keep them out! Keep them out of the sanctum!
Moving now.
Now! Kill them!
Behind Gorg! No! No, I'll go look.
Grunwald will go there.
What is this?
Chieftain, they should take a look at this contraption.
Let Hakrog see.
Let Zoska get a proper look.
What on earth is this? Let Grunwald take a closer.
This thing seems to be guiding the Hexwater through this place.
It is true. But where comes it from? And where leads it?
That is what the Moonkin need to find out.
The dragon? What are they doing to it? Quick, Chieftain, they need to find it.
Curse it. That's the Grunters. Protect the shepherd!
Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
Blaze as they go through! Defend the shepherd!
They brought this on themselves.
What can he do for the tribe?
What is this? Let Akrok see.
Interesting. Probably.
This looks interesting.
You find out.
Rotten. This world. Rotten. Must prevail.
What is this? He looks dead.
Undead.
Maybe this is someone else. This cannot be the kind shepherd.
Then who else would he be? Look at all these loops and spirit wards he is wearing, Trusted One. Also, this looks like they're heart of the tribe.
Laska speaks true. This must be the kind shepherd they all worship.
Dwarf. Can he hear them?
Riches. Not succumb to temptation and riches. They
Listen to Big Blood.
rotten. This world. Rotten. Must prevail.
No point, Chieftain. Grunwa thinks he hears them not.
The Hexwater all leads to this point, no?
My world. Shine. Prevail.
The chieftain speaks true. Maybe... Oh no. No, no, no!
What wrong, Trusted One? Because this Hexwater is the dragon's, is it not?
Crumb fears so. Chieftain, they need to find the dragon right now and crush these contraptions. They...
No! Must prevail. Must prevail.
He's attacking! Crush him!
Prevail! Prevail!
He is drawing from the Hexwater! Crush the contraption!
No! No!
coming from the Hex Water! Crush!
No! No!
My vision!
What on Urgath is this?
He is dead.
The dragon! They must find the dragon!
Akrog understands not. The kind shepherd was a bone man? An undead?
It seems like it. Grungwa guesses the Scions kept him alive through the Hex Water from the dragon.
Huh. The undead kind shepherd.
But to what end? What was this vision he spoke of?
Crumb wants not to disrespect the chieftain, but why matters it right now? They must save the dragon. Who knows what they did to it when they realized the Moonkin had won the battle?
All right. It must be close.
Grungwa is ready.
Let Zoska get a proper look. Interesting. Probably.
That way.
Go on here! Let Grungwa take a closer look.
Tusks. It looks so powerful.
And beautiful. Oh, poor thing.
Can it hear them? Zoska thought dragons could speak.
They normally can, but look what they did to her. Sucked out her blood to feed their rotten chieftain. Crumb will tame her, chieftain. He will, and then the Moonkin will nurse her back to health. Perhaps they will not even need Zarak's cub then.
She... It is a doe.
Crumb believes so, it is true. But it matters not.
Fine. But he will be careful.
Of course. There. Easy, little one.
Careful.
It's all right, trusted one. She's just scared. Shh. Calm, little one. Calm.
Mugwa's gentle utters. It is working.
It is over, little one. No one will hurt her again. Crumb told them, no? Trust must start somewhere. Now.
No!
Oh, tusks.
Crush it! Crush it!
claws are still sharp. Magua nails their flesh.
Careful. With the machine gone, the dragon can fight at full strength.
Destroy them. Even the word. What should he do? Why must they play ready for action?
What happened? What the rotten bloody tusks happened?
Akrog understands not. Grungwar, it was working, was it not?
Grungwar knows not. What these dwarves did to her, it must have ravaged her mind. Chieftain, they need the scale. The scale.
Who cares about the rotten scale? That thing killed Crumb, curse it! It killed Crumb!
Grungwar knows. Trust him. He knows.
Talk to Noag, Akrog. Now.
Akrog will take care of it.
At his service. Come back. Come back, Grumble. Please.
Crumb swims in the moonlit river now, Little Blood. He suffers not.
Come back. Come back.
Little Blood. Akrog knows this is very hard now. But Little Blood must not give in to the dark thoughts. Akrog, he needs his same blood.
Come back. The wound is still too fresh, Chieftain. They should speak to him later.
It is a rotten nightmare. There is not even flesh of him to take back to the tribe.
The Songbone. They must take the Songbone at least. He would not want it to grow moss here.
It is true.
What on Urgath is this?
That is it.
Good. Now take the scale, Chieftain. They cannot let this have been for nothing.
What is that?
Another altar. Grungwar sees. This is a recipe, a schematic. Grungwar should tell the Master Scrapper about this. All right. Let him see. This has a lot of hex power. What about the Chieftain? Can he feel an echo, too? The echo of knowledge?
Akrog can. A strong one.
Oh, great. This will surely bring Crumb back to life. Can they get out of here now? A heartbeat longer in this rotten place, and Zazka will lose it.
They will leave. Come, Little Blood. There is nothing else they can do. Oh, Crumb. The gift. It whispers again.
When Akrog told the Moonkin warriors waiting in the desert what had happened, their first response was confusion and not grief. Crumb dead? Much like Chieftain Narjak, many kin deep down had thought the gentle shepherd unkillable. Much like Chieftain Narjak, It would take them days to realize he was not.
Head towards certain doom? Sure, why not?
Let Grunwa take a closer
What is
Look,
scare.
loot it? Will. Well, oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll?
This looks Chieftain, got scrap for Zeramak?
Zeramak must shape something.
In that direction?
Interesting. Probably.
He is going.
Zazka is listening. Can Zazka help? Let Zazka get a proper...
Back. Come back.
All right. Let's take a look at this scale.
What now? More trouble?
There you have it. The echo of knowledge.
This is it. Is he sure?
Why?
Nothing. Well then, it is time. The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Shepherd Crom, kind soul, may Mugwa guide him into the moonlit river.
Chieftain Akrog?
Probably.
Akrog found an echo. Can the stranger take
By Mugwa's sparkling udders. The chieftain deems the small tusk worthy of a conversation. How can Zazka help?
Akrog has to go.
Zazka will not stop him.
You're ready. Akrog is listening. What is this? Ah,
Krazik is tired of being tired.
sharp tusk.
Sharp tusks and thick hide. Chieftain.
What is it? Insert the echo shaper into the nexus point.
Akrog tried. Nothing happened.
What?
No, that's impossible. I'm telling you, this is the echo of knowledge. It must work.
Well, it worked not. Akrog had this feeling ever since they picked up the scale. This echo, knowledge, it is strong, but not what they need. It is not the dark echo of whatever the hex gate to the masked goddess's temple uses.
But the hunters and the chainers, they have no time.
Akrog knows.
This is the Brittlebones doing, is it not? He did it on purpose, so they would lose their shepherd and die.
Shocking. You figured me out.
The Brittlebone will not mock Grangwa.
Claus, I made a mistake, all right? I made a mistake, and that's that. Don't you see it's a miracle we got this far at all? I must have misread the shaperglyphs on those tablets. That's the only explanation. I will read them again, then we try another aspect. That's the only way.
Well, maybe the stranger can kindly ask the hunters to help him read then. Because in a sunup or two, this place will be swarming with them.
Well, then just go elsewhere and hide. We'll figure something out.
And leave this place to the hunters? The stranger thinks they will just let them saunter back in here one.
Tired. So tired. Little Blood?
No, I'm tired of having be strong. So tired of fight. It never work. He never protect. Trolls always die. First Sire, then Crumple. Why Big Blood? Why no one let the Moonkin live peace? Why everyone always want to kill them, hurt them, rip out tusks? Moonkin not animals. They're not dirt, they trolls. And trolls want live.
Little Blood, it is all right.
Lie! Nothing is all right. Nothing ever is all right. Sire dead, Nog dead, Sleek dead, Crumple dead. So many Moonkin dead just because no one ever leave them alone. Crumple, he always kind, he always nice. He never hurt anyone. And now he dead. Like everyone else. It not fair. But Noak no give up. Let them come, Big Blood. Let hunters come, and Noak will protect Moonkin, every single one. He protect and he fight, even when they rip out his tusks, even if he know they'll die because hunters are too many. He protect. Noak.
The Songbone. Give Akrog the Songbone.
What?
Crumb Songbone, now. Stranger, is there an echo in it?
There is. What do you...
Drain it. Now.
And now?
You will see. Please, Magua. Let this work.
Let Grangwa take a closer look. What is needed of him?
It worked? How?
Akrog knows not, but when Little Blood spoke, he felt a powerful echo, like a raging storm. This was the dark echo of the Eclipse Goddess.
But what was it? If Little Blood...
Despair. The shaperglyph for the Eclipse Goddess aspect, if you read it a certain way, it has a double meaning. I see that now.
Which one?
Hope. In the Shaper tongue, mystery is also hope.
Means this that the other echo is useless?
No. No, I think I can make something out of it. Something powerful now that the portal hasn't used it all up.
Powerful enough to crush the hunters?
I'm afraid not. But at least a couple of them.
Good. Why not tell them this earlier? They would not have needed to go after this dragon.
I told you I didn't know. I know you think all this is just a game to me, but trust me, it's not. I was too absorbed. And when I thought I had finally figured out the word, I made a mistake and got carried away.
A mistake that cost Crumb his life.
Your shepherd died because of his idealism, not because of me. I made a mistake and I apologize for it, but you will not blame me for crimes I did not commit.
Grungwar will do what he...
Grungwar, stop. This is not the time. Through the portal, then. They must not lose more time. Little Blood? The Moonkin will get their revenge. They will find this beast, resurrect it, and make it crush every single hunter out there. Akrog swears it on their sire's name.
Grungwar is here.
Not here! This way? Interesting. Probably.
Let Akrog see.
Yes? After something shiny, are you?
Akrog will see what she has.
If he insists.
Grungwar is ready.
What?
Akrog needs some...
Well, oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll?
let Zarska go.
Well, oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll? What is...
Akrog.
Well, oh, how incredibly amusing, Arthur. What do you need, Sir Troll?
Let Grungwa take a closer look.
No, I'll go look.
Sand and water. This is how Chieftain Akrog felt stepping through the fourth and final hex gate. As though his whole soul had been taken apart and swirled through an endless ocean of time. Every moment of his life, from seeing the light of the world in the shelter of the elders, to Noag's desperate words only heartbeats ago. It was right there with him. Every moment, every thought, every feeling. Every decision he had made that had led up to this point. The Eclipse Goddess saw them all.
They felt that too.
Like Noag knew not who he was anymore. The Eclipse Goddess. Let them lose no more time, Chieftain. The cub's head awaits. What can he do for the tribe?
Old friend, where has he been?
Is it just Akrog, or feels this place strange?
It feels brittle, as though what Grungwa's eyes can see is not all there is.
Mugwa's sparkling udders. What is that?
Akrog knows not, but it is like it is speaking to the gift of spirits. Let them look.
This looks into
What? What fuels Akrog?
Hard to say. It is like smooth water.
Big blood mean he see himself?
It is true, but the rest of the place, it looks different. But it is all wavy, like air over a fire. It hurts to look at it.
Strange. Grungwar just sees a floating orb. Maybe try touching it.
That could be dangerous.
Or helpful.
They will explore the rest of this place first. Maybe they will not even need this thing.
Saska's thoughts exactly. Come on, let them find that ugly head.
What is needed of him?
Strange how there are no other bone people here. What happened to the kin who lived here?
Good question. Maybe there never were kin in this place. Only the High Priest.
He no go lonely? He go there. Interesting. Probably.
May
will not get away from Saska.
What this? Tusks. Is that not?
The same growth that corrupted the fields in Shauna's temple. The cub did this. Interesting.
What on Urgath is
Probably.
No. That looks like the sarcophagus, no? Rot it. This whole place is overgrown.
And is it just Saska? Or is that fog making him dizzy?
It is true. It is full of gloom, hex power.
He just roots, no? Maybe no I can tear?
Little blood.
No axe hide! It burn!
Then there is no getting through here. They must find another way, Chieftain.
Let them leave this room for now. They...
Big blood! Look! Shiny!
What is that? That is a spirit ward, but only half of it. And it is not weathered at all. It gleams like a new brittlebone pierce stick.
That is strange. It must have been here for thousands of moons.
True. It also does something to the gift of spirits like that sphere. They should look for the other half.
No, I'll go look.
Time to move on.
Let him out there. Saska help these Saska get a proper look.
Let Grungwar take a closer look.
Akrog is feeling the gift again. Something is here.
What on Urgath is this?
Magua. Grungwar, what just happened?
Grungwar knows not. Some sort of time window, perhaps?
Brittle bones look like they really hear, though. Zaska doubts they are. They seem to not even be aware of them.
Let Akrog try something.
Wish I had a different answer, but it's the best I can give. Sometimes there's really nothing we can do but to stay strong and move on, even if it feels like betrayal towards the... Your Reverence? Is something wrong?
Forgive me, Vartos. I wish there was another way.
Ishara!
Forgive me.
So it was just a normal time window after all?
No. The normal time windows feel more distant. Akrog knows not how else to put it. This one, it felt so close, as though those brittle bones were standing right here.
It is true. Grungwar could even smell them. But that was the Hierophant again, Ishara. And she killed this brittlebone hexer, just like she killed Hirin's priestess.
She also drew out his power and made it her own, no?
It looked like it. She thought that, with more power, she could control the cub.
Foolish and honorless at the same time. These brittlebones truly deserve to die.
Akrog remembers the Brittlebone gatekeeper saying that the Hierophant went to this temple before she went to Hirin's and died there. Said he not that?
He said it. Grungwar remembers it too. This must have been it. She went to the temple to kill the priest of the Eclipse Goddess.
Well, whatever happened between these Brittlebones, it matters not. The Moonkin need to find the... Wait. What is that? Mugwal's tusks. That thing, it was not here before. Or maybe Akrog just saw it not.
No, he is right. It was not here before. Maybe it... Zaska knows not. Fell out of the time window?
Maybe. Akrog knew not this was possible. He... Wait. That spirit ward is the second half of the one from the sarcophagus. And it is just like the other half, perfectly clean and bright.
That is... strange. It must have been here for thousands of moons. Let Zaska take a look at this. He is no scrapper, but this should be an easy fix.
Sure.
All right. Let him see. That is... Mugwa's udders.
It shaped itself back together.
That is one rod of a strange spirit ward, trusted one. It looks so out of place.
It still speak to Big Blood's gift?
It does. Maybe? Of course. That sphere, the one that looks like smooth water. Back there now. The gift. It whispers again.
Going now. Interesting.
All right.
Big Blood, be careful.
He is. Worry not. The water mirror, it becomes clearer. It is like... it is pulling Akrog towards it.
Put it into the center, Chieftain. Do it!
He will. Mugwa guide them. My Mugwa just happened.
It all look different now. Teleport hex?
No. No, this is the same place. Only... tusks, of course.
It is true, Chieftain. This is the then, the past, as the Brittlebones call it. The Moonkin somehow traveled through time to a point where the sacred seal still lived in this place.
All right. Consider Sasuke's mind exploded.
So, this spirit ward they found must be from the then. That is why it was still polished and new.
True. Though that explains not why it stayed that way.
Though Akrog feels the gift of spirits talk to him whenever he touches it, just like with the smooth water sphere. It must be infused with the Eclipse Goddess's hex too.
A time key, so to speak. Maybe this is how the High Priest of this place traveled through time.
Grungwar speaks true. If this is the then, maybe this means the Hierophant is still alive.
Maybe. Though... Grungwar thought so. He sensed no other Brittlebones here. At least no living ones.
Well, they will find out. Look at that.
What? It still looks foggy to Sasuke.
Not to Akrog. He still sees the four of them, but the things around them have changed. They are all old and weathered.
The now. So this is like an eye through time, just as Grungwar thought. A looking glass, as Brittlebones would say.
Noak. Confused.
Akrog too, Little Blood. Akrog too. If Akrog, Zazka, Grungwar, and Noag are now part of the then, are they no longer in the now? Or are there two Akrogs, Zazkas, Grungwars, and Noags now?
Why is Akrog looking at Sasuke? Looks this ugly face like that of an elder who knows about time travel?
No, it's just... Akrog just wants to understand.
Well, in that case, Trusted One will probably be sitting here in 1,000 moons. Whatever this hexing is, the Moonkin will not understand it anytime soon.
Zaska speaks true. Grungwar would dearly love to understand this mystery. But for now, the Moonkin should focus on what they know. That they need to find that cursed head as fast as possible and get back out there.
They speak true. Still, the more they understand about how this time hex works, the better. But how? The stranger said it was impossible for creatures to travel through time windows.
Sasuke's thinking the same thing. Then again, this is no normal time window, is it?
Zaska speaks true. It is not. Grungwar thinks this is the Eclipse Goddess's hexing, Chieftain. Remember, she is the guardian goddess of time. This smooth water sphere must be her doing. The Chieftain's gift of spirits allowed him to use it the way the Brittlebones did. Just like the time windows.
But how? If Brittlebones can travel through time, then why use it not in their warfare?
Grungwar has no answer to that. Maybe these hexes are extremely difficult to do, or tethered to a single place. They may never find the answer.
If this is the then, maybe the Moonkin can find the cub's head here. Perhaps the corruption has not yet reached the sarcophagus room.
Good thinking. But they will also need to find a way back into the now, will they not?
They will. But maybe there is another of those spirit wards, of those time keys. Perhaps it could take them back into the now, just like this one took them to the then.
The Chieftain speaks true. They should...
Little Blood, something wrong?
Noak. Noak, not no. Spit it out, little big oaf. Why looks he like a beak shat on his breakfast?
It just... If this is then, it mean Crumple and Sire still alive, no? They still out there.
The sacred seal lived here many thousands of moons ago. Crump was not even born at that time.
But Narjak was.
He firstborn. He lives since Zarek shaped trolls and greenskin from animal people. Crumple tell Noak's soul. True.
Even if that is true, it changes nothing. The Moonkin need to find the cub's head and go back to the now. Their kin will die without them.
The blood for the tribe for the blood. Big blood speak true, but still, Moonkin not even live yet, no? They could go out, save Narjak, then come back.
It is not that simple, little Moonblood. First, they know not if they can even leave this place and stay in the Then. Grungwa thinks not. And even if they could, maybe the sacred seal Brittlebones are still alive and would crush the Moonkin the moment they step through that hex gate.
Even if they find Narjak, how know they what would happen? Akrog should not be alive in the Then, so maybe it would make something bad happen to Narjak, Akrog, or all of them.
But no, I just want them back, Big Blood. Sire, Crumple, all of them. He want them back.
Akrog wants that too, but they never will come back, Little Blood. All they can do is make sure the Hunters and the Chainers bleed for what they did.
Bleed. Big Blood speak true. Noak and Zarek's cub make them bleed and suffer for every kin they take.
Noag, the cub, and every single Moonkin. The Fallen will live on through their enemy's blood. Now come, let them explore this place.
What next? What this?
Great. More problems to smash. Zazka is listening.
What is that? Let Zazka get a proper look.
What is this? Some strange brittlebone contraption.
Pump, it is called. A dwarven creation. It controls the flow of water.
So, it controls the water flow in this place?
Grungwa thinks so. Let them keep this for now. Perhaps it will be useful later. Grungwa will go there.
Crush them now! They got her big blood! is this? Moving on.
Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
No one go there?
This looks interesting.
Raging water. No way they are getting through here.
True. Granois thinks he has an idea. Let them head back to that brittlebone contraption, the pump.
Granois had an idea.
It is true. There was a strange brittlebone contraption near the smooth water sphere. Granois has seen similar ones during his time as a slave. Maybe it can help. Come.
All right. What suggests Granois they do?
Simple. Moonblood, give that thing a taste of a Moonkin crush stick.
He means smash?
He does.
Fraction. Not smash! Keep moving. And it is gone. This is fascinating. Going now.
He will protect the tribe.
Let Zazka get a proper look. Destroy them!
In that direction?
On his way.
Over here, big shit. This way. Well, well, how pretty. That a farm?
A garden, Granois thinks. Trees and plants put there to look pretty, but it is no normal one. Granois senses lots of hex power in there. They should look at it, Chieftain.
It is all so shiny. Mugwa's incredible udders. Zaska still cannot believe they traveled into the then.
Nah, but the head is all that matters. They must find the head.
Even the woman was such a beast. Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not?
What are folks?
What this?
Interesting. Probably.
He is going.
If he insists, they run from Noog.
They will regret this. Help us, sons. Magua, Master Fresh.
Noog ready.
The tribe must survive! Stay down!
Right now.
Let Granoir take a closer look.
What is that?
You find out what Urgath is this.
Noog, go look.
Interesting. It looks as if the tears are keeping the corruption at bay, no?
It is true, but... rot it.
What?
No matter. Let them look around this place. Granoir has an idea, but he is not sure it will work.
Interesting. Probably. Wait. They see the bark? This is an elder oak.
What is?
A very, very sturdy and powerful tree that can live through even the longest droughts and hardest storms. It is supposed to only grow in the most fertile ground, though. So Zazka has no idea what it is doing here.
Could be the Tyr's hex power, no?
It is true. They bring life to everything around them, creature or plant.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
This looks interesting.
Look! Little glow blob!
Probably drawn in by Mugwa's tears.
They need look around more.
Let Grunwa take a closer look. Curse it. Just like Grunwa thought.
What is?
It barely has any hex power left. Let them keep looking.
What is this? Interesting. This is like a healing hex. Akrog's hide feels thicker just standing next to it.
The tears. And the hex power is keeping the cub's corruption away.
Akrog is ready. Let Akrog see. All right. Grunk.
More glow blob!
Little blob. Oh, rot it. Grunwa wanted to speak, no?
It is true. He thought that maybe the tears here could help them clear the corruption from the sarcophagus room.
Zazka had the same idea. Why not try it?
Because their hex power has waned over the years. This is what Grunwa was going to say, no?
It is true. Well, maybe there will be another way. For now...
Big Blood! Look!
A Nidari lair. This helps them not, Little Blood. They need the cub's head or a way to get into the sarcophagus room.
Not no, but look what finding lair. Wait, that is another spirit ward. This looks just like the one they found, no? The one that took them into the then.
And it is all rusty and weathered. Maybe it is the opposite of the other ward. Like its dark echo, no? The question is, how ended this up in the Nidari lair? The last one came through a time window. Akrog understands that. But this?
Good question. But Nidari feel drawn to shiny things, no? Maybe they found it somewhere in the temple and brought it to their lair. And no I'd find!
Well done, Little Blood. If this works how Akrog thinks it does, they might be able to travel through the then and the now whenever they need to. Maybe... Akrog has an idea. Come, back to the smooth water sphere.
Zazka is listening. What now?
What on earth? More troubles?
Going now. Let Zazka get a proper look. You find out.
Now it feels like it is pushing Akrog back.
He hopes it will bring them back to the now. Or is that the then now? Mugwa's time-traveling utters. This is confusing.
It will be fine.
It worked. They are back in the now.
It is true. But what plans the chieftain to do? The sarcophagus room is still corrupted.
Maybe. But Little Blood smashed the pumps in the then, so the raging water is gone. If they can clear the whole path to the sarcophagus room in the then by traveling between the two times, they might simply pick up the cub's head there.
Good thinking, Trusted One. Seems like he picked up some of Zazka's wits after all.
He tries his best.
War is ready.
That way. You will lead the way.
He is on his way.
Moving now.
Interesting. Probably.
This looks interesting.
What is this?
No, I'll go look.
Let Akrog see.
Let Grunwa take a closer look.
He go there. Interesting. Probably.
Time to move on. Why must they plague the Moonkin?
Destroy them! Stay down! Let Zazka get a proper look.
What on Urgath is this?
Huh. What is that?
What this?
The blood for the tribe! He is not as sweet as he looks. Trust Zazka. Crush them down! Find out.
This looks interesting.
Probably.
Grunwa will go there.
On his way.
Towards certain doom. Sure, why not? Let Zazka get a proper look. What is that? Interesting. Probably. Let Zazka get a proper look.
In that direction? Let Grenoir take a closer look. Look, another one of those strange time windows.
See? He is going. That way. What is this?
What this? This way? Interesting. Probably. No, I'll go look.
Those two again. Hierophant Ishara and High Priest Vartos. Focus, Chieftain. What spoke they of?
Yes. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Vartos.
Your Reverence, what are you doing here? The next renewal...
Is not due for a few more moons, I'm aware. There's something we need to discuss.
Certainly. Shall we speak in my study?
Yes, let's do that.
Follow me then. Oh, and Ishara, I'm so sorry about what happened to Galia. I hope you know.
What?
Nothing. Let's carry on.
This must have taken place before the first time window they saw. The one where she crushed him and leached his power.
Zazka was thinking the same thing. And they spoke of Galia, no? That was the priestess of Nihalf, the one from the Hex Bubble. Maybe what happened to her caused Ishara too. Well,
They will never know. And it matters not. But look, Chieftain. Something came through the window again.
keep moving. You find out.
On his way. He will lead the way.
Time to move on. He is on his way.
go look. What is this?
Strange.
What's strange?
The temple Akrog sees in the smooth water looks just like this one, but brighter, cleaner.
Curious.
Let him see.
If it worked not before, it will not work now, trusted one. He is just saying.
One never knows. All right, and here they go again.
Ready for action. Is here. What is that?
Moving now.
This looks interesting.
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
Time to make hay. They will regret the word.
Afraid of control.
What this? No, I'm gonna look.
Let Akrog see. What are these hex walls, Grungwar? They feel almost as powerful as the Hex Gate seals.
That is because they are. Grungwar thinks this is the seal the Hibernians kept speaking of. The one the Hierophant went into the temples every few moons to renew.
Mugwa's devious utters, of course. That is why they go around the whole sarcophagus room.
Ah, this is rotten bad, Chieftain. There is no way they can get through these hex walls. No way. This is hexing worthy of a god.
Godlike hexing or not, they can at least try. Akrog will not let some stupid wall stop them.
Go ahead then, try. Hit it with a crush stick. Throw his best hexes at it. It will not help. Grungwar has been hexing his entire life, and he knows when he meets his match.
Grungwar is right, trusted one. Think about it. If the sacred seal conjured these hex walls to keep the cubs safe, why would a few trolls be able to get through it?
Zaska speaks true.
Then they will just go back to the now, when the hex walls were not there.
Not the hex walls, but the rotten corruption. They cannot reach the sarcophagus, not here, and not then, and they are running out of time.
What is the matter with Grungwar? Is he having dark thoughts?
Grungwar is not angry, just impatient. Every second they waste here, the chainers and the hunters spend marching further towards the tribe camp.
When a troll choose between hope and fear, why choose latter? Grump always say this to Noag.
Moonblood is right. Grungwar is sorry, Chieftain. It is just... never mind.
Well, despair will not help them. They have not searched this entire place yet. There must be a way.
And Zaska thinks he just found it. See the scrap bars over there? Zaska might be able to fit through them. Maybe he can reach the sarcophagus room from underground.
That is dangerous. It is likely the hex gates go deep into the soil. And when it is dark, Zaska might not even see them. They could cut him in two.
No! Moonkin needs Zaska whole! Even the prettiest and wholest Moonkin will not help if the tribe gets untusked by a horde of hunters. Just let him try, trusted one.
Fine. But the moment he feels the hex wall, he will come back, all right?
Sure. No, I'll go look. Time to get his tongue stirred. What now? More trouble? Moving on. This way? If he insists. Let Zaska get a proper look. No way they can get through here. Oh, Mugwa's cursed rotten beak shit utters! Shit! The ground has almost come through the place. Maybe, of course. This is it. Back to the others now. Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not? Interesting. Probably. Zaska is right at home. Can a troll not rest for a moment?
Grungwar is ready.
Zaska has the cub's head not. The tunnel led not to the sarcophagus room then.
It did. But the room is as corrupted there as it is in the now. Even if there was a way through those rotten hex walls, there is no way they can get to the sarcophagus.
No. There must be a way. There must!
And Zaska thinks there is. The Mugwa's tear seedling Grungwar plucked before the devouring. The one for that tribe camp to last. Has Grungwar it still?
He has. They are a bit weaker because Grungwar had not enough bone dust to keep them healthy. But it still lives. But if Zaska is thinking about planting it there to keep the corruption away, like in that garden, it will not work. It is only a seedling and barely has any hex power.
Until it grows. Zaska wants to plant the seedling in the them, and then travel back into the now. That is it, no?
Great minds think alike.
Grungwar knows not.
Grungwar. Akrog knows this plant has become a totem to him. But this is more important. It
is not about that, Chieftain. The seedling, Grungwar thinks not that it will survive that close to the corruption. It is impossible.
Why not? In that forest here, the garden, the Tears even fought it back.
True, because there were dozens, and had probably been there long before this corruption started. A nightmare swarm of beaks can tear apart an entire greenskin horde, but a single one? They would crush it in the blink of an eye.
Curse it.
Can they not at least try?
They could, but it would be pointless. The hex power is just not strong enough. The only thing... No, this is foolish.
Just say it, Grimoire. There is no time.
A blood-giving. A blood-giving might give the seedling the hex power it needs to survive and beat the corruption.
He means a sacrifice.
Like when the Bone Seers spill their blood to summon Magwa's cub. Grimoire would do it without hesitation. But there is no way he can get into the sarcophagus room with those cursed rotten hex walls all around it.
No way for Grimoire.
No one will sacrifice himself. Not Grimoire, not Zazka, not Noag, not Akrog.
Noag no understand. What is sacrifice? No matter, little big oaf. No matter at all. Remembers Grimoire what he asked Zazka before the devouring? Whether Zazka wanted everyone to shun him?
Wait, this is not...
It is a stab to the heart. Every time they call him names. Every time they invite Zazka not to their hunts. Every time they pretend he is not there. It is a stab to the rotten heart. Still, Zazka is a moonkin, no matter what they say. And if Zazka's weak worm-eater blood might end up saving the mighty tribe, all the rotten better. He would do it just to see the looks on their faces.
Is Zazka deaf? Akrog said he will not do this.
This is not Akrog's choice to make. Just be careful. That thing hit... Oh, Magwa. Just let this be worth it.
Zazka!
The seedling! He took the seedling!
Zazka is listening. Going now. Let Zazka get a proper look. One deep cut in the belly, then across. All right, the seedling first. Look. Prettier than Zazka ever was. Better make this mean something, rotten beast. Make this mean something.
That was him. Akrog. Akrog feels it.
What mean? What Zazka do? Where he go?
As Grimoire said, the explanations must wait. Let them go back into the now, Chieftain.
But
Akrog, please. They are running out of time. What is needed of him?
what is this? Grimoire.
Chieftain.
Grimoire said... He said that the blood hex might not give the seedling the strength to survive through time. How likely is it?
Grimoire knows not. All they can do is pray to Magwa and hope.
Magwa watch over them then.
She will. Do it. Let them return to the now.
Beautiful. And Black Root's all gone.
It is true.
Magua is powerful.
Mugwa's bloody tusks. He is alive. He is alive!
Falling. Zaska. Falling.
But only barely.
Falling. Grumwar must do thing!
He will. Magua praise this flesh, shine her light into his blood and onto his hide, and grant him new life.
It worked. He...
Zaska! That is his name. What? What by Mugwa's grumbling utters happened? The seedling, he...
Look around, Zaska. It worked. This is the now, and the corruption is gone.
Then why the rot is Zaska still here?
Grungwa thinks he knows, but maybe this can wait. They must open the sarcophagus.
A question. When Zaska's spirit was gone, he said something about how he was falling. What meant he?
He spoke?
The chieftain speaks true.
Zaska knows not. He remembers something, but he is not quite sure what it is. Remember what? He knows not. Please, let them speak of this later.
All right. Akrog cannot say how glad he is to have his trusted one back, but Zaska should not have done this. Akrog forbade it.
And let the Moonkin die?
No, but they would have found another way. Zaska had no right to decide this alone. Akrog is the chieftain.
Wrong. Akrog is Zaska's trusted one first, and his chieftain second. If Akrog wants a dumb, docile beak who obeys without question, then fine. They can break the bond of trust right now. If he wants a trusted one, though, then he must accept that Zaska has his own will.
Trusted one's trust. That is the meaning of the word. And if Zaska would have trusted Akrog, he would not have made that decision in the shadows.
Stop! Stop! Blackroot's gone! Zaska healed, so why stare? So much kin dead, so kin no fight, kin stick together! If Grump could heal Grumple when Dragon take him, Noag never would fight with Grumple. He never... Noag speaks true. Look, Akrog. Zaska, he is sorry. Maybe it was rushed. Maybe it was wrong to decide on his own. But it worked, no? Maybe that is what they should focus on.
It is true. And Zaska is right. He is not Akrog's beak. Akrog is sorry if that is what he felt his words meant.
It is settled then. Now let them get back to the task.
Tell them his explanation, Grungwar. Akrog wants to know.
As does Zaska.
So be it then. Grungwa thinks that when Akrog, Grungwa, and Noag went back into the Now, Zaska did too.
Even though he was so far from the sphere.
It is the only explanation that makes sense. Maybe the Now knew the Moonkin were just travelers. It is impossible to tell. And as for why Zaska is still alive despite losing all his blood, well, the tears saved him.
He means those plants stopped him bleeding to death?
It is true. If he did the blood-giving the true way, he should have died after a dozen heartbeats. But he died not. Probably because the hex power of the tears kept him safe. Magua saved him, Zaska.
They should look at that sarcophagus, Akrog.
All right then. Let them find that head and get out of here.
Noag see no head, though. Where is?
Probably inside the stone. This looks like some kind of brittle bone contraption again. A chest. Come.
Be fine.
Akrog sees no sticks to pull. Zaska?
Zaska sees none either. Just stone.
Then crush it, Noag. They have no time for this.
Will that not harm the cub?
It will not. Remember, it is said that no weapon in the world can harm the cub's hide. It is a mystery how these brittle bones could do it.
True. All right, little blood. Smash it.
Won't go boom! No. No, this makes no sense. There must be a hidden spot. They must keep looking.
But where? There is nothing here. Grungwar can see it.
But...
The air. Sense the air, Akrog.
What?
It is hard to explain. But Saska, he remembers what he saw while his spirit was gone. Use the gift of spirits, Akrog.
But there is no time window here. The air even sparkles not.
Saska knows. Still, try.
All right. The gift. It whispers again.
Can Saska help?
He is going.
What this?
Aelia, guide me. No. No! Bartos! You bastard!
The head was never here. Even back then.
Then where is it? It must be somewhere.
It is here. But it also is not.
No understand.
Zaska hardly does himself, but he knows it is true. When his spirit was gone, he saw another place. A place between the then and the now, or rather, above it.
Is that why Zazka said he was falling?
It is true. Everything felt so watery. Like the whole world was an ocean, and Zazka was floating through it.
That sounds strange.
It was.
And this place had something to do with how Akrog summoned the time window.
No. That place is a time window. A giant one that spans across the entire temple. This is how it is possible for everything here to move between the then and the now.
Of course, that makes sense. The smooth water sphere is not the mighty time hex. It is only the gate.
Grungwar speaks true.
Dorag's head spin.
Why went Zazka's mind into that place, though? Because he was, well, dying.
Grungwar thinks he can answer the question. Many trolls who were close to death but came back spoke of seeing such a place. Maybe the moonlit river is in this time window world. Maybe this is where Magua and Hirin await souls after they pass away.
Maybe. Though Zaska saw no Magua and no Hirin, it was scary, to be honest. He felt lost.
Only because Magua had not found him yet.
So, that place Zazka saw, where he felt like he was falling, was a time window. Akrog is not sure he understands.
Neither is Zaska. At least not fully. But it is true. He thinks his spirit went into the time window when it left his flesh. Think of it as a bridge. A bridge between two oceans, the now and the then. In normal time windows, this bridge is so small one cannot even see it, like a tiny, tiny pebble. But because this time window spans across the entire temple,
Zazka was able to walk on it. Akrog thinks he understands.
No, I'd still not.
This is all interesting. But where is the head? They must find it.
Is it not obvious? Right here, but in the time window world. The high priest of this place must have hidden it there to keep it even safer. And not even the Hierophant was aware of that. Or who knows? Maybe he sensed that she was coming to kill him and take the head and put it into the time window world for safety. They will never know, and it matters not, trusted one. What matters is that they find a way to get there.
But how? They cannot just kill themselves, can they?
No, but...
The High Priest's corpse. They remember the first time window they saw, where the Hierophant killed the High Priest and took his power? His corpse must still be there, And if he was able to hide the field dog's head in the time window world, then he must have had a key for that one too.
Then they must go back to the first time window. Now!
Zaska is listening.
He go there.
This is it. Can Zaska dig here?
Let Grimoire take a closer look.
Get his tusks dirty. There. That must be him.
Search his pockets, Chieftain.
No, I'll go look.
So brittle, these bones. All right. Nothing.
Try using the gift then. It will work. Zaska feels it.
All right. Still not... Wait. Wait. There is something.
Troll not rest for a moment.
This must be it. The hidden time key.
It glow, and no one see through. There will be time for wonder later. Let them get back to the smooth water sphere.
Zaska's thoughts exactly.
All right. Magua praise. Is this it?
It is. This is the place Zaska saw.
And he was right. The cub's head is right there. You find out.
Finally. The last part.
Is it just Zaska? Or is that thing smiling?
It is not moving at all. Noag spoke it to him again. No, but he still feel his hide prickle. It's strange. How else would a troll feel in the presence of a god? Come, chieftain. Back to the tribe camp. They have been away far too long.
What now? More trouble?
Let Akrog see. Let him see.
If it
One never knows. The temple.
Curious.
All right. And here they go again.
What can he do for the tribe?
Akrog feels it pushing.
What is needed of him?
Stepping through the hex gate, Akrog's mind once more became like sand and water. But unlike last time, the memory he saw was a solid one. Battle and roars, the hunter attack. Akrog fights by his sires and Nurbok's side, brittlebone after brittlebone falling under their mighty crush sticks. They are going to make it. They are the Moonkin. They are Mugwa's chosen. They will not fall to... A scream! Sire stands before Nurbok and Akrog, arms outstretched. A spike as big as a tree has pierced right through his chest. A spike that should have hit Akrog. Chaos. The next thing Akrog knows, he kneels by his dying sire's side. Narjak's gaze is like fog. Take care of them, cub, he says. Them and him. Both.
Mugwa's tusks. Where is everyone?
That is a rotten good question.
Chieftain, Nor's claws, we thought you'd never return.
What is he talking about? They were only gone for a few hours.
A few hours? What do you mean? You were gone for 3 days.
Days? The smooth water sphere. Every time the Moonkin used it, they must have shaken up the time.
Smooth water sphere?
It matters not. Tell them what is going on here. Where is the tribe?
It's complicated. Remember you sent the ill and old Moonkin to the coast, the Meadowland? Because the field dog had corrupted all the food around here?
Of course they remember. Has something happened to them?
Well, somehow the Chainers and the Hunters caught wind of them. And they are headed for them right now.
But how? Anuk, he did everything he could to keep them secret.
I don't know, Chieftain. I simply don't know.
Magwa's tasks. Those are no warriors. They will be easy prey.
Great warrior Nurbok, or whatever you call him now, thought the same thing. That's why he pushed the Eye Master and Chieftain Cabrax to take all the warriors and travel to the coast to fend them off.
And what of Nurbok? He went with them.
He did indeed. He was fairly convincing. And while I'm no expert on the troll mind, it felt to me like he genuinely just wanted to help.
Kin traitors get not to die an honorable death. Cabrax and Anuk should have just left him here in chains.
Well, they didn't.
This is madness. The Moonkin are barely a few hundred, and the Chainers and the Hunters together are thousands. Why would the stranger let them leave?
That's what I told them too, at least at first. But then Chieftain Cabrax pointed out that the chances of you coming back were extremely low. So it was either letting your kin on the coast be butchered, or die trying to protect them. I can't say I blame them for choosing the latter.
The stranger speaks true, Chieftain. If Akrog, Grungwa, Zaska, and Noag were truly gone for this long, there was no way for Cabrax to know if they would ever come back. Of course they presumed the worst.
If they left us sunup ago, they will reach the coast soon. The Moonkin must resurrect the cub now.
So, you found the head?
Noag has it. What needs the stranger for the resurrection ritual? Can you do it straight away?
I would have preferred a bit of time to study the reassembled body first, but in theory, yes, I can do it.
Into the sarcophagus. And let them pray to Magwa this works.
Zaska is listening.
What this? Come back. Come back.
All right. Let's take a look at this scale.
Service.
Chieftain Akrog?
Akrog found an echo. Can the stranger take a look?
What on Urgath is this?
Let Zaska get a proper look.
What a beast. A demigod indeed.
There is no time for talking. Cast the hex and put it back together.
I was just about to.
What happened?
I don't know. It's gone.
Gone?
Yes. The field dog's energy, the hex power. I had it and was trying to fuse it back together, but then it just vanished. I don't understand this, Chieftain. I studied this spell for years, and...
Is he telling them he killed it? Sarek's cub is dead?
I told you I don't know. Norse claws, I don't understand this myself. I did everything right. I tapped into the Archfire, and then I...
He failed! That is what the stranger did. He failed! Grungwar told the chieftain, Brittle Bones cannot be trusted. Let Grungwar crush him, chieftain. Let Grungwar crush him here and now. He deserves it. He should...
This one is alive. They heard that?
Is this him? Is this Zarek's cub?
A cub? Yes, this one believes you could call them that. So, you are this one's saviors, are you not? Interesting.
How can it be the moon can hear it? Is this some sort of hex? A hex that goes into their minds?
The tiny meatbag is right. This one is speaking out through their minds. That lump of flesh between their skulls.
The moon can have lived here for moons. Zarek's cub knows them not.
Oh yes, this one knows the trolls. He just did not see. But he sees it now. Their weak flesh. This one sees it sharp and clear.
Why worked the stranger's hex not? It should have brought the cub back to life.
I'm wondering the same thing.
It did not work because this one's flesh has grown too weak. 2 centuries this one has been this way. 2 centuries torn into pieces. This one had a plan, yes. But the human he chose to take him out of here was too weak. So here this one lay, decade after decade, the bond between his limbs growing ever weaker. And now that his flesh is finally rejoined, it has grown too weak to hold his spirit. It's pathetic.
The human he chose. Speaks the cub of the chieftain of this place, Hierophant Ishara.
Ishara, yes. She was weak in the mind, but strong in flesh and magic. So this one thought she might be able to hold him. She was not. So Zazka was right. The cub drove the Brittlebones mad, so they would kill each other. Yes, the Lightlings. They think their noble spirits make them so high and mighty. Yet that is why they will ultimately succumb. Softness, love, hope. Where there is virtue, there is the seed for corruption. Strength is untouchable. Hope is good. Crumple always say so. Look. The Firstborn's blood has a weak spirit. Disappointing. Everything seeks to survive and to grow, but only the strongest will. This is the law. This is the struggle. This is the cycle.
So the cub is saying, what? That his body has become useless.
Yes. However, this one knows of the troll struggle. The human hunters, the orcish slavers. The scales are not tilted in their favor. Then the cub knows why they have awoken him. This one does. And this one also has the strength they seek to cure the rot in the troll's dying blood and to crush their predators like the meatbags they are. Were this one's flesh not useless, he would do it.
Where did the cub's powers come from? From Zarek, like the Moonkin's hexes come from Mugwa.
The tiny meatbag is brazen, comparing this one and its sire to a god that does not exist. Xerix, this one draws it from the same place all beings do. Like the trolls do too. What is he talking about? What place?
The Archfire. He's talking about the Archfire, the source of all magic.
The Dark Elf speaks the truth.
So the stranger was right. The cub truly knows how to cleanse the Moonkin's blood so they can give life again?
Of course. Life and death, growth and decay. All powers that come from the same source. This one can purge the troll's blood, and they will be strong again.
If Xerix Cub knows why the Moonkin summoned it, then he also knows the Moonkin tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters right now. Is there anything they can do to restore its body?
There is. This one is grateful for what the trolls did. So this one hoped there would be another way. But because the flesh is so weak, there is not.
Then say it. Whatever it is, the Moonkin will pay the price.
This one needs to perform the sanguine ritual at an Archfire vein. And to do this one needs a new vessel.
A vessel?
Yes. This one's old flesh is dead, and it will stay dead no matter what they do. The only way to survive is to form a new body at an Archfire vein. But to do this one's spirit needs a vessel. One to carry it to the vein and serve as a conduit. This is his offer. Grant him one of their bodies as a new vessel and bring him to an Archfire vein. Then he will rise anew. Help the trolls crush their enemies and cure their blood as they ask of him.
This vessel, what will happen to it?
Death. He knew it. Zazka knew it.
What is an Archfire vein? What is he talking about?
There are many words for it, but in essence, they are places where bits of Archfire magic seep through. Imagine a giant bright flame buried under layers and layers of rock. That is the Archfire, the source of all magic. Veins, where the rock is particularly thin, allow mages to tap into that power. There are several of those on Io, but the most prominent are the ones where the Godstones struck Io, the blue crystal comets. Like that shrine where you buried your chieftain, Magwa's cradle, or the one in the Red Meadow.
Listen to the Dark Elf.
The stranger speaks of Magwa's blood drop, the stone she blessed.
So your people believe, yes.
No, there must be another way. The Moonkin have his body. Can they not just take it to this vein so the cub can resurrect it there?
This one told them. This flesh is dead and useless. By bringing the parts together, they allowed this one to mend his spirit. But that is all. The only way for this one to return to the world is by forming his body anew. And that is why he needs a vessel to take his mind to a vein.
The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Grunwa understands. Chieftain Akrug, let Grunwa make this sacrifice. He will offer his body to the cub so they can save the Moonkin.
No, this is beak shit. There will be no more sacrificing. Rot it. They know not even if what this thing says is true.
Gave Zaska not his blood for the tribe just moments ago? They heard the cub. There is no other way. Please, Chieftain, Let Grunwar do this. Grunwar has lived far too long, and his old hide has long been a burden for the tribe. Let him...
Weak.
What?
You are weak. The Hierophant's body cannot hold this one's spirit, so there is no way your old and useless flesh could. And the same goes for the Chieftain and the Worm-Eater. The Firstborn's cub could. The chance is still small, but it could.
He means...
Noag. He is talking about your brother.
There is one thing Akrog understands not. If the cub is so powerful, why must it even ask? Why seizes it not simply what it wants?
If this one had flesh and its full powers, then maybe it would. There they have it. This thing cares not a bit for the trolls. It only wants to get its will.
Nonsense! If that were so, it would not have even told the Moonkin that the vessel dies.
You are both right. This one never claimed to care for the trolls, but this one did not lie either.
Knew the stranger this was going to happen. Lied he to the Moonkin?
What? No. How?
He did not. Not even this one knew a vessel would be needed if they rejoined his flesh. But this is how it is.
Grunwar, Zaska, what think they of this?
Zaska said it already. No, they will not sacrifice Noag over some vague promise.
If they sacrifice him not, they sacrifice all of the Moonkin.
Grunwar says this as if he knew the cub was speaking the truth. Magwar's others, they know what this thing does. It lies, it deceives, and it kills to get its own way. And even if it did not, they will not sacrifice Noag. Not him. Zaska is so sorry, Noag. They are confused. All of them are.
Pathetic.
What?
All this time, it was Zaska who pushed the chieftain to awaken Zarek's cub, no matter the price. So many kin died, but no, he always said it was for the greater good. And now that someone he loves should die, it is suddenly a problem. Why even pretend this is about the cub's lies, Zaska? The Brittlebones have a word for people like him. It is hypocrite.
Oh, look who is talking. If Zaska is not mistaken, it was Grunwar who said that there is no way of knowing if a spawn of Zarek would honor a pact, and that he has no love for Trollkind. And now?
Now they are here, and this is their last chance to survive. Rotted Zaska. Grunwar had so much respect for him, and now this. But Grunwar's faith lies with the chieftain. He will make the right decision.
Rotten right he will.
Zarek's cub has lied and tricked the Brittlebones who lived here. How can the Moonkin know he lies not to them too? What if he takes Littleblood, lets the Moonkin resurrect him, then disappears?
Rotten right.
Tell them. How know the Moonkin the cub would honor its pact?
You do not. Loyalty is for the Lightlings. Loyalty creates weakness. Then again, they share the same sire. So this one will keep his promise.
Maybe they share the same sire, but Zarek has no love for Trollkind. They were always stronger than the Greenskins, yet he let them make trolls their slaves.
Wrong. The trolls let the orcs make them their slaves. Zarek is struggle. Zarek is strength. Did they really expect him to favor one creation over the other? The trolls are weak. That is why the orcs dominate them. It has nothing to do with favor. So no, this one bears the trolls no malice. Just like Zarek. If they strike a pact, this one will honor it. So he says. Rot it. This thing is a liar. Can they see it not?
Akrog understands not. Why could he not hold the cub spirit? He is strong and young. He can take it.
Yes, you are strong. Just like the Brittlebone Priestess Ishimura was. But it is simply not possible. This one is a god. You are mere meatbags. Only the Firstborn's blood can contain this one, and even he cannot do it for long.
I think he's telling the truth, Chieftain. I'm powerful, and his magic would kill me in an instant.
But... Grimoire, Noag is the last troll of the Firstborn blood. If he goes, then it will be forever lost. And Trollkind might never be strong enough to stand up to the Greenskins or Brittlebones again.
There are other ways. It is true, this is horrible, and it would break Grimoire's heart. But all the Moonblood of the world is not worth leaving a whole tribe to slaughter. Grimoire is so sorry, Moonblood, but there is no choice.
How very true indeed.
Noag. Akrog knows not how to put this, but... how feels he about this?
Wait a rotten moment. Is Akrog seriously asking his little blood whether he wants to rot and kill himself? Noag is not even old enough to hunt. He understands not what is...
Noag understand. He does?
And if it take Noag blood to save Big Blood, Zaska, Grumpf, and Kin, he do it. He will, but... No, I trust Big Blood. Big Blood always make the right choice. So he make this one too. That is true. He always does. And that is why he will not even consider this nonsense, right?
Little Blood? Akrog never told him how Sire died, no?
A brittle-bone throwing spike hurler crush him.
Akrog never told him he and Nurbok were there too.
Trusted one, no.
That throwing spike. It would have killed Akrog and Nurbok too. But their sire caught it with his body so they could live. At first, Akrog hated himself, and a part of him always will. But before his flesh died, Narjak told Akrog that it would have either been his life or that of Nurbok and Akrog.
Tribe for the blood, blood for the tribe.
It is true. Anuk, Zaramak, Julog, Zat, all the others. This is the only way they can save them. Akrog would pay the price himself. Believe him, he would give anything so he could. But he cannot. Not this time.
No. Zaska will not let them do this. It's all right, Zaska. Big Blood right.
Grimoire is here.
So it will be. No! He cannot do this! He... Noag.
Is he?
Of course he is dead. He is dead because that rotten, foul-tusked, stupid thing killed him!
It was the only choice.
Rot his stupid choices! How could Trusted One do this? How could he? This was Noag by Mugwa. This was his same blood.
Akrog knows. Rotted thinks, Zaska, this was easy. Akrog never...
Wait! Something is happening!
Little Blood.
No. Zarik's fangs. To draw breath again.
Fascinating. It It took him over.
Maybe Noag's body with the cub spirit would be enough to crush the hunters. Maybe there is no need for this sanguine ritual.
The meatbag still hopes he can save his brother, does he not? No. This vessel is powerful, but it is still only a troll. This one will need his true form to unleash the destruction they seek. And even if it were different, the pact has been struck. There is no undoing it.
Akrog understands. So it worked. Little Blood can hold the cub spirit for the sanguine ritual.
It should, yes. This is strong flesh, meatbag. Strong flesh pulsing with firstborn blood. How rotten good for him. Zaska will tear his tusks out. Zaska will... Try it.
Stop it, Zaska. Noag is gone, Zaska, and he wanted this.
Big shit. Akrog wanted this, and Noag was too young to understand. His same blood made him do it, and Grunwar wanted it too. But that is just what Grunwar wanted, no? Everything for the rotten tribe, even if it means butchering their own cursed kin.
Look, I know this is none of my concern, but perhaps now isn't the best time to fight. Your Moonblood is gone. Nothing can change that. All you can do is make his sacrifice count.
He is right. Nothing left to do, but hope the cub keeps its end of the pact. This one will.
Little Blood. Is he...
Dead. Most of him, yes.
What does it mean, most of him?
That his soul is still there in the back of this one's mind. But it will extinguish once the sanguine ritual is completed.
Is that certain?
Yes.
What now? The cub said it needs an archfire vein for this ritual. So must they go back to Mugwa's cradle?
This is what this one suggests.
Actually, there might be another way. I searched the Blackheart jungle for veins before we met, and there are 2 more on Urgarth that I know of. You've been to one of those already.
The Red Meadow. Where is that other one? Closer to here than Mugwa's cradle?
Not closer to here, but closer to where your tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters as we speak. It's at the northern coast. If we perform the sanguine ritual there instead of the cradle...
Then less time will be lost traveling. A good idea.
Then they will march for the coast at once. There is nothing left in this place. Akrog has spoken.
Few words were spoken as the 5 figures marched through the jungle. Think, Akrog told himself. He should be thinking, agonizing, brooding over whether his choice was the right one. But he could not. His mind was as dull and silent as the temple they had left behind. Just 3 thoughts crept in, over and over. Reach the coast, resurrect the cub, save the tribe. That was all that mattered. The sun had risen again when Zaska jerked up a hand and stopped. Listen, he said. Fighting. And it was close.
They hear that? Fighting.
Quick. On his way.
Chieftain Akrog Beak-Eye. Is that him? Or are Cabrax's fat eyes failing him?
Not at all.
And here Nurbok thought that cursed temple had eaten them. He sees no cub, though. Means this, the cub is right here. Mugwa's. What? The chieftain will explain. He will explain everything.
So, the Moonblood has gone into the Moonlit River. Not yet, but he is on the threshold.
Well, Cabrax knows not what to say. He is sorry, Chieftain. This must have been a terrible choice.
And Chieftain Akrog made the right one. Noad Moonblood will be remembered as a hero. The rain that has fallen is with the ground. Now, tell him about the battle. How many enemies are they facing? And knows Anug of this archfire vein the stranger spoke of? The blue crystal, like the blood drop.
He does. But they talk in the tribe camp, Chieftain. Come, follow Anug. There is Greenskin eyeing troops on the way, but that is nothing the Moonkin cannot handle. The Greenskins crushed the bridge Anug and the kin used to come here. But there is other way.
Let them march then. It's time for the Moonkin to fight.
So, Grungwar and Nurbok fight side by side once more. Almost like in the old days, no?
It will never be like in the old days again, Nerbok. The bond of trust has been shattered. Come, Chieftain. Let them march.
Sharp tusks and thick hide. Head towards certain doom. Sure, why not?
Take a look.
Pathetic. And you call yourselves the Chosen of Zarek?
There will be many more. Come with them, kin. There will be time for answers later.
Great. More problems to smash.
That was all of them. Come with Akrog. They are headed for the tribe camp.
Time to move on.
Wait, Chieftain Akrog! Mugwa's piercing tusks! Zeramak think Chieftain dead! He think they all dead!
They are not. What are Zeramak and the Scrappers doing so far from the tribe camp?
What they do best, of course. Look for scrap to use for guarding camp. There are much of it here in jungle. From old to new. How endearing. Zeramak, guess? What's wrong with Moonblood? He looked different.
There will be time for explanations later. Join them in the tribe camp, Zeramak. They have a battle to plan.
Akrog speaks true. Before they go, though... Rot it. There is no good way to say it. Nurbok is still a traitor. He took control because it was the only way to save the tribe. But now that Akrog is back, wants Akrog Nurbok to stay and fight, or to go back into a cage, Nurbok will bow to his word.
They're fighting the Chainers. Will Nurbok...
be loyal? That Akrog must ask that. Shows Nurbok how far he has fallen. Nurbok has had a lot of time to think, Akrog.
And he will be loyal and fight. To the last breath.
This battle needs every warrior it can get. Nurbok will lead the guarding until the sanguine ritual has been completed.
Understood. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain. Oh, and cub. Crush those cursed rot tusks. This tribe has bled for it.
Good. Now to the tribe camp. All right, Anuk. Give Akrog a view on the battle. How are the Moonkin holding up?
Well, Anuk wish he had better answer for chieftain, but the truth is, it is bad. Both the chainers and the hunters attack us all the time. Anuk think they try to make the tribe weak before dealing the killing blow. The battle is going for almost a sunup and a sundown now, and we already lose many kin. Anuk not lie, chieftain. It looked dark. Very dark.
Well, they have the cub now, so the wind has turned. Where have the chainers built their tribe camp? Their cow?
Well, there is two, actually. One is a little camp on Small Hill. Iamak think that is where they send their wyverns from.
And the Moonkin will destroy it. What about the big camp?
That one is a bit farther south from the small camp, in the east. It is well shielded, though, so it will be a tough fight.
Forget the tribe camp for now. They should focus on conquering the vein first. This one can sense it's nearby. Have the meatbags found it already?
He speak of Anug? It is true, they have. It is near the Chainer camp, a bit to the southwest.
Well, then we know what we need to do, don't we? Defend the tribe camp and conquer the soil around the veins so the cub can perform the sanguine ritual.
The stranger speaks true. What about the hunters, though? Where are they?
Cabrax can answer that question. They're down in the very south. But it seems like they have shielded off their tribe camp with hex barriers. It is probably as Anuk says. They want to wait with their final charge until the Moonkin are weakened. Cabrax and his bone hexers tried to banish the hex walls, but they are too strong.
For you, once this one has his flesh back, no hex gate in the world will stop it.
All the more reason to seize the vein first. Have the hunters other tribe camps in the jungle.
Huh. The big spot one more, but it is also behind the hex gates. Anug think they make warriors appear in strange spots with air flickers all across the coast from there. Just like they do in Mugwa's cradle.
Teleport hexes. Try Cabrax to banish them?
With hexes and with crush sticks, it is true. But it works not. Whatever they use, it must be very, very powerful.
Well then, there is nothing the Moonkin can do but fend off the warriors until they find a better solution. Good. This helps. Now, enough chatter.
Anug, wait. Chieftain Akrok, is that him? And what happened to Noag?
There is no time for explanation. What is wrong, Julog?
Well, one of Julog's beaks spotted something in the ocean, so Julog went to see what it was. It seems like there is a group of brittlebones, humans, coming on ships.
Humans? What could they want here?
Julog knows not, Chieftain.
Maybe they are a helping pack for the hunters. They should be wary. Wary, cautious. There will be struggle and bloodshed, meatbags. That is something to look forward to.
The only thing Akrog looks forward to is marching over the corpses of those rotten hunters and greenskins. They have plagued the Moonkin for hundreds of moons. Now it is time to return the favor. Kin, to their places. The battle begins.
Well said, Chieftain. I will stay here and do my best to keep the camp safe. Good luck.
Can Zazka help?
That way. Akrog is listening.
Interesting. Probably.
He will go, gladly. Cabrex is ready.
Grandma is ready. Huh. What is that?
Grungwa will go there.